So what we're going to do today is we're going to go from CentOS 7 over to AlmaLinux 8 using a tool called Elevate. That'll help us to migrate where we are over to the next version of an operating system that we can use that operates similarly to CentOS. So, and I say similarly because it's bug for bug compatible with Red Hat. Both of them are. All right, so, and CentOS 7 is a release level back, so it's not going to be exactly the same as Alma 8. They're going to operate a little bit differently because they're different versions. It's not because it's AlmaLinux, it's because it's version 8. All right, so let's do a search for AlmaLinux Elevate. And we get one here, and we'll just go in. And okay, so there's an explanation here. There's a wiki, there's some resources, but the easiest way is just go here to get started. Now, at this point, you'll get this is still the same as the Alma wiki, but you can go, this is the background information that I talked about in my last video, and then we can go to the quick start guide. Now, there is specific instructions on how to get from 7 to 9. But this one will get you to 8. I mean, this basic one right here will get you started going through it. And you can see that there's a number of steps involved here. So we want to take this path going to Alma 8, and then we'll go to the next step is to get to Alma 9. So what do we need to do first? Well, we need to make sure that our system is up to date. And if it is, then we don't need to reboot. But if it isn't and we change something, then probably a reboot might be a good idea. So I had a question from a viewer a couple of days ago about how do you know when to reboot a machine? So we're going to cover that. We're going to cover that in a future video, not today, but the future video. So I want to do a yum update. And we'll pass it the yes flag. And we didn't have anything to do. But, well, I guess we did. We updated EPL. All right, good. So I guess I could go ahead and reboot the machine. It's probably not necessary. I don't have the tool to check. There is a tool that you can run that will give you advice on whether or not to reboot your machine or not. But since they say to do it, we'll go ahead and we'll do it. Now you'll notice I'm running on Proxmox, which is a virtual manager, a virtual machine manager. And I also am running my server under a GUI, and that's to make it easier for you to see what I'm doing. Typically, a server would not be using a GUI in production. So, at least our guys in our area would not let us do that. So, okay. So I need to get to the terminal here, and we'll make this a size or two bigger just so you can see what's going on. And I also need to bring up Firefox again. And it remembered where it was. Wow, this one actually works. Lately, I've been running into issues with Firefox, not remembering what to do. Okay, so we've completed that step. We need to do this one. This allows us to install the package repo for the project Elevate release. So we'll need that because it's not, before we do this, if I do it's not one of the packages, I don't believe, that is carried by CentOS. And somebody asked me why I pronounce things CentOS. CentOS is an acronym. It's Community Enterprise Operating System. So the way I learned systems in years ago in Unix, if it was an acronym, you didn't pronounce it as a word. You didn't say CentOS. Yeah, you said CentOS. I've been pronouncing it that way a long time. It's not likely I'm going to change, but if you prefer to call it CentOS, that's fine. I'm not gonna correct you because I'm not sure there is a right way. The leader of the project that originated CentOS actually called it he actually called it CentOS, and that's fine. But I call it CentOS. I've been doing that for years. I'm not going to change. It's tomato, tomato, and that's the way it is. So, yeah. In Americanese, an acronym is never pronounced as a word. Maybe in common, maybe in the King's English. I guess you could say the King's English now. In the King's English, they have different rules than us Yanks have. So, all right. So, anyway, let's go to the next step. We've got that done. And we'll put this in, and we'll get our repo in here. I'll give it my... We have Elevate installed. And the next step after that is to choose... You'll notice some possible options here. If I'm moving from CentOS to Alma, I want that data package. This one isn't going to buy it. This would be for CentOS streams. We're not doing that. This is for if I'm moving to Euro Linux, Oracle Linux, or Rocky. It uses a different data path. So make sure you pick the right one. Since we're going to AlmaLinux, we're going to do the default, which is on the command line there. And we should have Leapp fully installed now. So you'll notice we have this means that I can't go forward. If I attempt to upgrade at this point, it's just going to give me this again and say, hey, you got to go fix this. So let's all right. So what we're interested in is the report. Now I can go through so you'll notice there's a bunch of files here that you can look at those if you want. This is just the output that came to the screen, along with any specific information that it printed about issues. But everything we need to know is in that one right there that'll tell me what is the inhibitor. And what's really nice is the inhibitors are listed right up front. See the risk factor, high, and inhibitor. And the first one is saying missing required answers in the answer file. One or more sections in the answer file are missing. Remove PAM PK CS11 module, blah, 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 blah. And it says register user choices with the Leapp answer CLI client or by manually editing the answer file. So it gives me the command to run right there. So, all right, let's move this over here and all right, that one's done. Packages from unknown repositories may not be installed. It has an OL8UEK kernel. It says please file a bug. It's not an inhibitor though. Let's see what else we got. File a bug. Python version. So there's a please run alternative set Python after upgrade. So once we've done the upgrade, we need to fix that. Otherwise, it'll be looking for Python 3. And so this allows it to become just, you can type Python. If I've got scripts that are based on starting Python, then those would fail because it's not going to find them. So that's just telling me, that's just informational that, hey, if you did this, your Python will be set to point to Python 3. All right, packages that are not signed by Red Hat are found on the system. And that's Elevate. We don't care about that. Those aren't, we don't care. And now we have just the mediums. So Crony is using default configuration. Yeah. SSH modified to permit you root login. So this is where you have to apply policies from your organization to determine, is that something I really want to allow or not? It's not a high risk factor. It's not going to prevent me from installing this. But yeah, typically on my systems, I do not allow root logins on SSH. So, but I don't know. The package may require it for some strange reason, but I don't think it does. But we'll find out, I guess. And then low SE Linux will be set to permissive mode, and we'll need to take corrective actions afterwards. So, all right, good. We're all done with that. The next step is we've completed our logs and we made our single correction here. So let's make sure that we're all good here. I guess I better. Let's rerun it on the pre-upgrade just to make sure that we're clean and that we can go through. Okay. So this time I got a good end of report here. So it does say in the guide that it recommends that I add. All right. Well, I'll just make. I'm going to go ahead and make that change to SSH to permit. Now I could just do that without editing the file, but I'm just screwed up. It's already set. So at this point, I can start the upgrade. So I'm going to log off of this window. And then we'll do. Now, even this is not the real upgrade. The real upgrade takes place when you reboot the machine. It's now providing me with an upgrade summary, and and now we have the end of report. We're all set. So I'm going to go ahead and log off of this, off the SSH, and same over here. Okay, and then we'll come back up. And we'll bring the console back up. And this way, you'll be able to see the actual upgrade take place. All right, so let's go over here and we'll do a restart. This one, so I can boot back into CentOS. And this is the actual upgrade. So it says Elevate, Upgrade, Init RAM FS. And if you select this, you are starting the update. So just be aware of that. I should have done a snapshot here to preserve my way back, but this is just a test VM, so I don't really care. Let me get rid of that. Let me get rid of the giant cursor. Once we rebooted into the system. And here we go. So at this point, we should have an AlmaLinux entry, and it also has changed the CentOS ones. But we'll see what's left, because there's probably some packages that it has not upgraded. Okay, its relabeling is complete, so it's rebooting again. Hopefully this time we go in. Yeah, should go in this time. Can't think of anything that's holding it back now. And there we go. So first of all, we're on 8.9 of AlmaLinux, so that's good. And let's see what kernel we have. We were on 3.3, I think it was, and now we're on 4.18, so we're going in the right direction. So the first thing we could do is just see if we have anything left over that needs to be updated. Yeah, it's using the new organization for the repos, so nothing to do. Let's see if htop works. Yep. Let's see if glances works. Yep. Now I should be able to put in neofilter. You can on 7, it didn't exist. Not at that point. Man, that was a long time ago. Yeah. 10 years ago. Yeah, that all looks good. All right, so we've got 1,670 RPM packages. GNOME is 3.32.2, so that updated. And yeah, okay. And we're using about 982 megabytes. So that part is done. The next thing we need to do is to look at the results. So let's see if we have any packages that are EL7. So we do a query on the RPM packages, and we're just going to pull anything that's EL7. And okay, so we have a few. Most of them are Leapp, except for the kernel here. We don't, now we have that here because the grub still has entries to it. If I type in Python, yeah, not found. So we need to go and, all right, let's, come in. There you go. There should be a new Leapp report, but it should have those same things in it. Yeah, it does. Unknown repositories, packages not signed by Red Hat, and that's the Leapp. And then we have Python versions, so we need to do this. Otherwise, anything that we're scripted to use Python will break. So, yeah. All right, I should be able to just run Python now. And we can. All right, that's how you take care of that problem. Okay, so let's see. The only thing that I think we need to do here is to in the next step, when we get ready to do the preparation for moving from Alma 8 to 9, we'll take care of those, because a lot of these is I mean, that many of them right there are just because this version of Leapp was meant to take us from 7 to Alma 8. So yeah, we don't really care about that. Those can go now. We're going to be removing those. And these are still here because those are the old kernel. So we could get rid of those. And yeah. So yeah, we're done. Okay, so the first place it's telling me to go is to go down here and remove this line, this exclude line. So we'll do that. I'm just going to comment it out. And it says to do the same for, that's probably in the DNF directory. Yeah, it is. And it's already been excluded. All right, good. Okay, so good. And now we can do, now I'm going to go ahead and purge those, and you do that by doing an RPM E and then the name of the package. I should only need to give it that much of it right there. But, you know, you can fully qualify it. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of it. Oh. Okay, and then we'll do the next one. Yeah, it might help to do those as sudo, huh? Let's see. Now I should just have the Leapp ones left. So it suggests that I go ahead and remove those as well. Oh. And they should be gone, and they're gone. All right. So we're all clean. The next thing it suggests that I do here is check to see if I have a root temp file and remove it. So let's do that. And I do. Probably told me to do this, didn't it? And it's gone. Then it says to do a DNF clean all. 68 files removed. Now we're going to put, looks like we're going to check our GPG keys. Okay, let's see. And we do have a couple here that are from the EPL7 that we need to get rid of according to that. So, all right. And this is the key name right here. So, all right, I'll do an RPM. Oh, keep forgetting to do that. All right, and the other one we need to get rid of is this one. I'll put the CD, let me put the sudo in this time. That probably will help. Okay, now let's rerun the command and make sure we don't have any thing that looks like it belongs to CentOS 7. All right. I think that's good. It doesn't really say what to look for other than, the obvious. So, all right. So now we're back to the start again. I need to get my packages reinstalled. So we're going to have to reassociate the libraries. Let me just make sure that I haven't skipped a step. I don't think so. All right. It's got the sudo this time. That's good. I should be getting my new repos. Good. And it does say EL8, so that's good. Verify that, because you don't want 7 coming back. That's not going to help us. And now we repeat what we did before, which this time, though, it's going to install the EL8 version of it. So that's what we want, because there are different rules that we have to follow and when we're applying the patches to going from Alma 8 to 9. Okay, so we should be, according to this, ready to do this. And this, again, is just like it was before. We're not actually doing the upgrade. All we're doing is making sure that we don't have any barriers to doing one. So let's see what happens. Now I have EPEL packages in here. So we're going to test to see whether it can upgrade those as well from 8 to 9. I've also installed a new package while I had this up. Okay, so we have an inhibitor. This one, this has to do with our network configurations. There was quite a few changes that went on between RHEL 8 and RHEL 9 that updated Network Manager. So there are some things that are not going to work. So there are 2 inhibitors here. So let's go see what it suggests we do. Okay, so the first one is our network inhibitor. We need to remove the IFCFG ETH0. It should recreate that. So don't think it's going to disable our network. It shouldn't. Network Manager should pick that up and automatically recreate all those, but it won't do it if there's one already there. And then this one, we just need to run a sed command to allow zone drifting and set it to no. All right, so let's do that one first. Let's see, is that the only 2 inhibitors? Yeah, those are the only 2. We'll check through the rest of them. So let's verify that. And we'll look for the drifting zone. Could have done a greet. There it is. It's at the bottom. So it's set to no. That's what it's supposed to be. And the next issue is the etc sysconfig. I'm just going to go ahead and I think it's called networking or network manager, network scripts. And there's our guy right there. Yes, bye-bye. Okay. All right, let's just look through the rest of these. Grub, it's a warning. This is saying to do it after the upgrade. We assume is located on the same device as boot. It is. So that's not applying to us. No need to be on it. Now, they don't notice that they don't say, I don't think they say to actually remove it. But I know that, I personally know that if you remove it it will build it again. It'll put it back to default. But if you have customizations in there, and you might want to save that off someplace before you do that. So we're all good here. So I'm just going to do the upgrade. Take the pre off and go. We have errors. And looking at this, it says the make devil has some issues. Well, I don't need that. Gone now. All right, so now I should be able to rerun this. Like I said, you can rerun this. This is what I discovered, is you can rerun it because it hasn't actually done anything yet other than start bringing down packages. So we hopefully will clear this one. I don't know why the inhibitor didn't pick this up, that package needed to be removed. But anyway, that's okay. All right, so all good. And okay, so I'm going to sign off of here, just like before, and go back into this. I'm still on my CentOS. I need to relabel that too, by the way. Wait, look at this. Wait. Oh, okay. Nice splash screen. There we go. Okay, so let me bring this up so you can see what's going on, and I will restart. There's our Elevate again, and it should automatically go in, but I'll go ahead and hit enter and get rid of the giant cursor. Okay, the update's complete. I have a report here that says we're good. And so now I'm waiting for the answer file to be completed, and then it should tell me it's going to redo all the, I'm going to restabilize the environment, and then it should reboot. And there it goes. And again, this time we have a 5.14 kernel, so we know that's 9.3. So we're good. Shamrock Pampas Cat. What a cool name. And we'll reboot after this step too, as you probably remember from the first time we did it. Yep, there it goes. Okay. Now this time we should go in. We should mount up. And we'll check our network connections and make sure those are all working. Okay, that looks new. New and improved. And we're in. Oh, I didn't want you. I want you. Stop it. Okay. Connected on the wired circuit. And we can look at it. It's connected. Let's make sure it is. Yep. Except that's a file. All right, let's go to the wiki. Good. And it's going to CentOS. We'll probably want to change that, but that's okay because, yeah, CentOS will be not found soon. All right, so let's go. I can already tell you it is. It's 9.3. Good. And we could do, and we're on 5.14. This time we're looking for EL8. They say to look for EL. Is this the one between? Yeah, okay, let's go down. I'm in the wrong pew. There we go. Yeah, we want to look at that. So let's see how many. Oh, we've got lots of them to deal with here. So yeah, I have the Leapp packages. Yeah, we've got quite a few things here we need to address. Neofetch is still out here. Let's see. Let's see if a DNF update will just take care of it. Well, maybe. I see some of them updated right away. Let's see. Okay, that's updated. Let's try that again. Let's see. Yeah, it reduced it, I think. I think it reduced it. Let's see. Apache Ivy is out here. There, of course, the kernel, yeah. Spice streaming agent is. Let's see if this gets rid of some of it. No, it didn't. So we're going to have to deal with this. This, yeah, this is a version module, so yeah, that's probably going to have to go or be manually upgraded. Let's go look at our logs, though. There's all the packages in a list. That's not bad. Okay. Oh, we don't care about that because we don't need the subscription manager. That's only for RHEL. Yeah, that's only for RHEL. All right. So the only issue is the packages. And so we'll need to go through those and make sure that we've got, the right stuff. Either we need to manually upgrade these or manually delete them. Now, those are all obsolete, but there are Beautiful Soup, CSS Select, and PS Util. Those are all under Python 3 now, so we can reapply those. Neofetch I just updated. And the Leapp we can get rid of now. We can remove that from the system. All right. Okay. So the rest of them are 8 or 9. So I'm not going to worry about those, but I don't know. Got a few. Okay. Let's make sure that we can restart. That we haven't blown ourselves out of the water. I think we're successfully on 9, at least as from my perspective. At this point, we have moved from CentOS 7 all the way up to 9.3. So that is it for me. Yeah, it's not, yeah, there's a few bumps along the way, but I always seem to get those. And yeah, I'm like, things like this is what teaches you the internals of Linux. If you're wanting to learn more about stuff, when you're having problems and trying to troubleshoot them, those are the ways that you learn more about Linux. So yeah, I mean, I think this is a great step forward. Anyway, that's all I had for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.